Hello, my name is Dr. Shane Heffernan, currently working as a postdoctoral research fellow in the University College Dublin. This is my video for lectureship in sport and exercise science at Swansea University. I hope you enjoy. Today I'm going to talk to you about exercise and sport genetics. Topics I'm going to cover are heritability, how we measure heritability, some specific estimates for heritability, how they relate to exercise and sports performance, and then just some further reading for the future. So the first question is, what is heritability of any given trait? Well, I'm sure you'll have heard of nature versus nurture, when the reality is nature via nurture. And by this, what we mean is the genetics is the nature part, what you're born with. The nurture is your environment, the type of nutrition you have, the type of training you do, what cellular environment exists. And then in between, you've got this epigenetics, which is how the environment shapes the way your genetics works, the way you produce proteins from your genes. But today, specifically, I'm going to talk to you about genetic heritability. So how do you measure heritability? Well, there's a couple of different models doing it. The first one, and the most widely used, is twin studies. This is where you have a look at identical twins, which have a single sperm and a single ovum and create one zygote as a monozygote. And you look at the comparison of the trait between those and dizygotic twins, where they have two separate genetic translations in two separate environments. Second one is a family study, which I'm going to talk a bit more about today, which is where you look at the genetic variability of a trait throughout a string of a family through the generations. And then the third, which is most widely used in psychological research, is adoption studies. We won't really talk about those. Okay, well specifically, these are a number of traits that we know that have a certain genetic component to them. Over here, you see the heritability and the estimates down along. Now specifically for us in exercise and sports science, it's important, skill acquisition is important, injury susceptibility, just the possibility of becoming an athlete, and then cognitive ability. And if you look at them all, they generally range from about 40 to 70% heritability, meaning your genetics are responsible for it, with that particular estimate. Now, specific for us in sport and exercise science, there was a seminal family study called the Heritage Study by this guy here, Claude Bouchard, who's kind of coined as the father of exercise genetics. In this study, what they did is they looked at about 500 people from about 100 families, clustered into family groups. They trained them for 20 weeks endurance training, and they measured their VO2 max pre and post. So what you see here is this is the results, these are the data. So you have the adaptation to VO2 max, i.e. the change, how well they did or didn't. And these are the individuals all the way. Each dot is an individual and each bar is a family. So what you see up here is this is a family cluster who responded really well to the 20 weeks of training. And this is a family cluster that's responded not very, very well at all to the training. So what we can see here is that there's a clear family cluster genetic variation between these two things, i.e. high responders and low responders. So if you enjoy that, that's a little bit of background into the heritability and some information on exercise sports genetics. This is some extra reading that will give you a broader context of exercise genetics and physiology and genetics related to traits that are associated and important for us. Have a look, start and work your way forward if you can. So what we've done is I've given you a background on heritability, very briefly, a bit of specific information about traits, and then a little bit of information about the origin of exercise and sport genetics, heritability. Thank you very much.